June 11th, 2026. Hope you're doing well. We had a interesting day today because, as you can see, we had a lot of volume. Sustained increase in volume is occurring right now, which means that we can take momentum much more seriously. If the volume is waning and decreasing, then these momentum signals, they still work. But when the volume is increasing, that's when you really can start to add on a little bit of risk and add on some conviction. So here we see the first up day, the first reversal in momentum in a long time. Obviously, we've been in an upward bull trend for well over 3 months now, or 2 months rather. And we're going to go over the main event of the day. We had it's such a lesson. There's a game being played, and it happened at around 26 mark right here. So Trump made a tweet on his Truth Social account, and I saw the market start blasting right here at 12:30. And we're going to go to a 1-minute chart just to look at this event. So I see the market start blasting off, and I immediately flip open the Truth Social post, which just talks about de-escalation. That's all it is. De-escalation of war, which means more certainty and safety, which means oil prices go down, which means the market goes up. And it's a game that's being played. There's algorithms and people who watch for the tweets. And if the tweets are very significant, then if it's negative, they go for shorts and they sell. If it's positive, they go for longs and they buy. And it's a game that's being played. And today, that game came into effect. I did not capture it, but wow, wow. We went from this. Here was the market today, choppy, literally the definition of chop in a range. We went from this to this. So you have to be aware of these catalysts, and you have to either make a strategy for these catalysts and play them, or decide you won't. I ended up not taking any more trades after this point, and I should have, and it was right here. We're going to go over that alignment that had happened, and then we're going to go over some other alignments that occurred. So one of the solutions that happened in the market today in NASDAQ happened at 1:12 p.m. and it happened because we had a full alignment on a 1 hour and a 15-minute. 5-minute was in the green but losing strength, but still in the green and holding some sort of level. And then as soon as you see the momentum flip on the time frame of execution, in this case the 2-minute chart, as soon as you see the momentum flip to the upside, that's your entry signal for a 1-to-1 ratio with the candle structure itself, which would have been a win right there at 1:12 p.m. There was also another one. Notice how the 5-minute is about to come back into a momentum pulse to the upside. Look, momentum selling off on the 5. So what if we wait until the 5-minute aligns with the higher time frames, the 15-minute and the 1 hour? That occurs right here. Now it's back in the green. It's back in the green. Now, you can find a bunch of entries, and we're going to go over the main one. Here's this critical level that we're playing with. Look, the Trump tweet came out. We came up to this critical level. What is this? Previous day's high. This is previous day's high. Okay. So the Trump tweet comes out. We bounce up to this previous day's high, critical level. We reject, and we come down to the weekly critical level of last week. Come back up. And then I can see all of this playing out in real time, by the way. That's why this is so fun. It's because these levels are already there before the market even opens. So watching the price action play around with these levels is just magnificent. It really is. So then we come back up to it. Now you're getting serious because the 5-minute is realigning to the upside. Now we're looking for a penetrating bar candle above this line. And there would have been a few entries here, right? So the good one, the solid one, is to wait for the 5-minute to be expanding, like actually growing, or holding support. So for example, that would have been an entry right there. That would have been a win. Why? Because the momentum flipped to the upside. Same thing with here, which was my favorite, and I almost took it, and I should have taken it. I was kicking myself for not taking it. But another good one. Why was it an entry? Because the momentum was going down, 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 down. Flips to the upside. That alignment happens. That solution occurs at 2:10 p.m. Now we're going to go over the trades I took today. I took the first full alignment that occurred, which happened almost... Okay, here we are. So this very next alignment that occurs, I hope you can already see it. I'm actually not even going to say, just I'm going to wait 5 seconds. Can you see the next alignment that's going to occur on the 2-minute chart? It's right here. Everything is going up, right? You can see that. Everything's going up. So now we wait for this to flip to the upside right here. So that was a 1-to-1, which is also a win. If you use the candle structure as your structure and you target a 1-to-1, it does hit. See that? Barely, but it did. Just barely. Could have been a loser. Doesn't matter. It's the strategy. You follow the strategy, and after 1,000 trades of following the strategy, you should see a profit, right? That's the thing. It's 1,000 trades. If this one was a win or a loss, makes no difference. Doesn't matter. The next alignment that occurred was where? The next alignment that occurred was after the Trump tweet, but I did take one trade. I did, and I almost lost, but it was also a win. It was this one on a 2-minute chart. Why did I take this trade? Because we had a volume confluence. Look at this, going up, 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 ticking down. Going up, now we're aligned in the downside. This happened at 12:14. Why did I take the trade? 5 is in the red. 15 was crossing over and almost printing to the red. So it was almost a printed candle. That gives me permission. So I took that trade. It did hit the 1-to-1. And then look what happened right after. My God. Got a little bit lucky there. So those were the 3 solutions that occurred in the market today, along with a hypercritical lesson of watching Trump's tweets. And with all of that being said, I will see you in the next one. Take care now.